A new alert from the FBI and Homeland Security comes as schools are back in session. Cyber attacks are now targeting the data of teachers, staff, and even students. The hackers are learning to make money off the information. Los Angeles has already been hit, and there are concerns it could happen to more school systems around the country. In a Haugli Jackson Now exclusive, Tom Winter talked to the top government official in the fight against cybercrime.
The nation's second largest school system under attack.
We were, in fact, witnessing a significant cyber event.
Students and teachers having to reset their passwords. It's part of an increasing trend, not just in Los Angeles, but across the country. It has the U.S.'s top cybersecurity chief, says is Jen Easterly, concerned.
As we've seen over the past several years, the education sector, and especially K-12 institutions, have in fact been a frequent target of ransomware attacks.
Now, an alert from the Department of Homeland Security and FBI about the threat just as kids head back to class. It says schools, quote, may be seen as particularly lucrative targets due to the amount of sensitive student data accessible through school systems. The alert focused on a group called Vice Society, who officials say are trying to target schools through ransomware attacks aimed at gaining access to birth dates, names, and other sensitive information.
Well, we mentioned in our advisory that we are actually worried about more attacks in the coming school year because ransomware groups perceive that there's an opportunity for these successful attacks. So school districts, many of them have limited cybersecurity capabilities and constrained resources.
The LA School District has yet to publicly name the group responsible for their breach. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho says they're continuing to uncover more and more about what happened.
This entity is foreign. It is not within the U.S. This entity did touch some level of student management system information. We do not believe that that information includes social security numbers or health information, but we're still investigating the level and the depth.
Experts say it's all about the money for hackers. Their business plan, built on ransomware, they infiltrate systems in order to steal data, lock up the machines, or both, then attempt to force victims to pay money to get their own data and computers back.
These organizations have payroll, they have HR. When I was in the Department of Defense, we used to track some of these groups when they went on holiday and vacations. So they operate very much like a business.
Brian Haugli, CEO of the cybersecurity firm SideChannel, says the challenge for parents is what to do when your kid's digital identity has been stolen.
My kid will inherit this problem and now have to figure this out in 10 years, and they might go for their first car loan or apply for financial aid. And now suddenly, hey, you have all this credit debt. And they're sitting there going, where did that come from?
Easterly, a mom herself, says she knows how important her mission is.
We want our students to be able to go to school, to learn, to be safe, to secure. We want all of our data to be safe.
And Tom Winter joins us now. And Tom, I remember hearing a couple years ago that small municipalities were being targeted by hackers. Is this the next phase of that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every day we would hear about a small police department or a fire department that got hit. Yes, I think they are starting to move on to schools for some of the reasons that we talked about in the story, which is the idea that schools don't have the same type of resources. And DHS is hoping that schools start to pay attention like big companies do to these alerts that they're putting out and telling parents and educators to go to stopransomware.gov.
And Tom, quickly, what's the latest in the investigation into the LA hack?
Right. So that group that we mentioned in there today took credit for it, but still they haven't attributed it directly to that group. The investigation remains ongoing.
Tom Winter, thanks so much for joining us.
Yep.
Appreciate it.